come the first time around. Pacific Morris leads 4 metres to Precious Babe. Linwood Lee's hanging back looking for a trail on the outside, and it looks as though Wahimo will give it that trail. She's a Wood Duck next on the inside. Then Payday Special on the back of Linwood Lee. Behind runners then Bow Liberator saving a little bit of ground. 46.9 is the lead time. High Street the outside, then on its back Bags of Cash. Selena's Lads had to go back to second last to find the inside, and back at the tail is Pancho Garari. Into the back they pace a lap and 3/4 out, and this one out 3 deep. Wahimo's taking all night to get around. Pacific Morris 2 metres clear. Out 3 deep Wahimo. Linwood Lee won't let it in easily. In fact, it keeps kicking up Linwood Lee. On the rails, Precious Babe. Payday Special nice and handy on the outside. She's a Wood Duck the rails. Then 4 metres away High Street. Back along the inside Bow Liberator. 4 metres then to Bags of Cash. On the inside of it Selena's Lad, and 2 or 3 metres away to Pancho Garari. Onto the home bend they swing a lap and a quarter left to run. First quarter in 31.2, so the pace here has been quite good. Pacific Morris led, Linwood Lee the centre. 3 deep Wahimo, it's been out there from the start of the race. Onto its back goes High Street. Payday Special stays in. Precious Babe needs a lot of luck from the inside. Pancho Garari up onto the back of High Street. Bags of Cash in the centre. Then on the inside we had She's a Wood Duck. Selena's Lad goes 3 deep, and then Bow Liberator. Making their way towards the back straight. Pacific Morris still led. Linwood Lee hasn't had an easy run. 32-2 the second quarter. Still out there 3 wide. Wahimo sticking on. Payday Special needs luck in the centre. High Street on the back of Wahimo. Precious Babe badly barred up on the rails. Pancho Garari pulling 4 and 5 wide. Bags of Cash also having to pull deep, and then She's a Wood Duck getting clear of the inside. And they're followed then by Bow Liberator. Selena's Lad coming off the back straight. Pacific Morris, Linwood Lee. Payday Special's moved up 3 wide and is coming home strongly. 4 wide High Street, 5 wide Pancho Garari. She's a Wood Duck going through in the centre. Precious Babe still trying to angle clear. And then Bow Liberator, Bags of Cash off the track. Linwood Lee fights on. Payday Special heads it. Precious Babe's into the clear of Good Enough. She's a Wood Duck out wider. Payday Special got to the lead. Precious Babe running home strongly. Payday Special in front. Precious Babe, all right on the line, got very close. Precious Babe or Payday Special. Out widest on the track is She's a Wood Duck might be there for third. There's a couple of others in the photo. Bow Liberator, Linwood Lee and Pacific Morris. Bags of Cash with Pancho Garari. They're followed in by Selena's Lad, High Street. And towards the tail, the one that had no luck, Wahimo.
All right, photo there, possibly 1, 8 and 7.
With the red Whirlpool, 3:10 the racing. Whirlpool began well with Clorinda Bale, Magic Floyd, and on the outside was Pearl Cash. Pearl Cash takes the lead, joined by Magic Floyd up underneath it. Pearl Cash went wide, Magic Floyd clears them, leads by 2. Clorinda Bale second a length away, third was Pearl Cash, followed by Gypsy Mischief, 2 further back to Saltbush Bill, followed by Whirlpool. About 5 or 6 to Silent Life, and 3 last of all was April Dawn. Down the side it's all Magic Floyd out by 5 or 6 lengths. On Gypsy Mischief second, third Clorinda Bale, followed by Saltbush Bill, but Magic Floyd is in front in no danger, and Magic Floyd wins well. Second Gypsy Mischief, third was Saltbush Bill, followed by Whirlpool from Clorinda Bale, Pearl Cash, and back towards the rear April Dawn was Silent Life.
4, 6, 7, the placings at Penrith.
Racing Alba Magic shows early speed. Also Nels Rose from the outsiders flying. She may head off Wandana Speedy. The judge the first time she will. Travelling around the outside but deep as Packard. One off the fence now out of the straight is Alba Magic, followed by Danny Brandon as Nels Rose clears the field quite comfortably out of the straight towards the 1600 metres. Back in the field there, Danny Brandon for a stride or two, mixed his gear. Checking on the outside, Jack's Gang. 4 metres away on the outside, Black Ace, followed by Moving Pictures, Captain Arnladot on the rail. Westburn Star is second last and dropping out to the tail, and back on the rail is Gavel Sun. Halfway along the back straight, lead time 22.8. Nels Rose in front, over 5 metres to on the outside Packard. Alba Magic switches back to the rail now, third the leaders back, followed on the outside by Wandana Speedy fourth. Fifth and 4 metres away, Danny Brandon the fence, a metre on the outside Jack's Gang. Then on the inside is Captain Arnladot racing 4 back, 2 metres away Black Ace, followed on the outside by Moving Pictures. Third last is Gavel Sun, and Westburn Star, 1 off the rail is last. First quarter 31.9. In the straight they race towards the 1,000 metres, and the mare Nels Rose in front by 2.5 metres. Two on the outside, Packard. Racing third, Alba Magic. Fourth on the outside, Wandana Speedy. On the rail is Danny Brandon, a neck away on the outside, Jack's Gang. Then Black Ace on the outside of Captain Arnladite. 4 metres away, Moving Pictures, followed by Gavel Sun, and Westburn Star is last. At the 800 metres out of the straight, second quarter 31.6. In front and quickening up now is Nels Rose by a metre. Packard always races second. 4 metres away, Alba Magic on the rail having a nice run. Wandana Speedy fourth on the outside. He's on a loose rein. Then Jack's Gang about to pull out, followed by Danny Brandon. Captain Arnladite comes one off the rail. Black Ace out 3 wide. Then Moving Pictures, Gavel Sun and Westburn Star. Before the turn, 400 metres out. Packard on the outside draws the neck in front of Nels Rose. She's under pressure. Pulling out now under pressure. Wandana Speedy 3 wide. Alba Magic comes off the rail. Jack's Gang pulls to the extreme outside. Then Danny Brandon, Captain Arnladite, Moving Pictures, Black Ace, Westburn Star and Gavel Sun. 28.9 third quarter. In the straight of the 150. On the outside, Wandana Speedy tackles and heads Packard. Jack's Gang now comes to the pair on the outside. Wandana Speedy in front. Jack's Gang bridging the gap on the outside. Wandana Speedy and Jack's Gang. Wandana Speedy in front, and Wandana Speedy wins the neck to Jack's Gang. Alba Magic third. Close up Danny Brandon. Out wide Black Ace. Packard weakened. Then Moving Pictures. Captain Arnladite. Westburn Star. Gavel Sun. And last in after leading was Nels Rose.
425, Moonee Valley race 3, 4, 2 and 5 as called by Brian.
Jungle Park Stake, ready to jump. Racing now, and a good dispatch. In the middle, winning the start was Call Me Casey. Bounced straight to the lead early from Short County, and Atomic Bale got checked. Wide Horatio, Royal Standard trying to get over from Kid Bristol. Casworth County, Hurricane Ollie is last. Call Me Casey on the bunny, led from Short County down the back. Horatio's on the outside, and then Royal Standard the fence. Further back, Atomic Bale on the home corner though. Call Me Casey going well. Short County second from Horatio. Into the straight, Call Me Casey well out in front, and Call Me Casey all the way. Call Me Casey by 2 lengths. Short County second, Horatio third from Royal Standard. Behind those now Atomic Bale, Casworth County. Kid Bristol and Hurricane Ollie was never in the hunt and last all the way.
4, 3 and 7, Call Me Casey did it well I think on Monday night. Albion.
Romeo's Trick showing some speed, and Duplicate Score from the outside gate starting to zip as they run into the first turn. Popular Night is fourth, Franco Adam fifth, and then Neil's Pride. True Relation second last, and Good One Fred had dropped out to the tail of the field. Kyle Pebble in front at the end of 300 metres with a break of more than a length to Duplicate Score, caught without cover. Popular Night ahead away on the back of the leader. Romeo's Trick fourth, 1 out, 1 back, and tugging for more rain. The driver took a second grip. 2 lengths to Franco Adam, a length and a half to Neil's Pride. True Relation is second last, and Good One Fred whipped them in as they ran down the back of the track. 36.5 the first 500 metres. Kyle Pebble shows the way, leads by more than a length to Popular Night, and Duplicate Score ahead away in the death and tugging hard for rain. Romeo's Trick sitting on the back of Duplicate Score, and he's chewing steel. 2 lengths to Franco Adam, 1 and a half to Neil's Pride, another length and a half to True Relation, and Good One Fred at the tail as they round the bend with 1,200 metres to travel. Kyle Pebble's been on top from the word go. Duplicate Scores second, again moving up to the wheel of the leader. Popular Night third. Romeo's Trick still sitting behind Duplicate Score, and Franco Adams 3 back in the moving lane. A length and a half to Neil's Pride from True Relation, and Good One Fred whipped them in past the judge and the bell. 33.1 first split of the mile. The leader's not using a lot of gas. It's Kyle Pebble, more than a length to Popular Night. Duplicate Score third in the breeze. A length and a half to Romeo's Trick. 2 lengths to Franco Adam. Then Neil's Pride. Good One Fred now peels out deep to make a dash, and True Relation last as they work to the back. 32.1 the second section, and past the tea trees, Kyle Pebble more than a length over Popular Night on the inside of Duplicate Score. 2 lengths to Romeo's Trick. Franco Adam peels now. He's making his claim. Then Neil's Pride, Good One Fred and True Relation. Kyle Pebble the leader. 450 metres out. He's a length in front of Duplicate Score. Popular Night locked up on the rail. Romeo's Trick 3 deep. Franco Adam out 4 wide. Then Neil's Pride, True Relation and Good One Fred. Kyle Pebble the leader at the 220. Duplicate Scores flat. Popular Night waiting for the run. Then Franco Adam and Romeo's Trick. Kyle Pebble leads around the corner. Popular Night about to barrel into the clear, and Franco Adam sailing down the the centre, and here comes True Relation. Franco Adam grabbed the lead. True Relation after Franco Adam, too late. Franco Adam beat True Relation. Neil's Pride third. Then Kyle Pebble, Good One Fred, Popular Night, Romeo's Trick, and Duplicate Score after a death run came in at the teat of the field.
7-9 for Albion Park, race 3, the Conrad Jupiter's Challenge final.
Yeah, interesting there. I hope they don't hurt the patrons. It does very, very colourful indeed. And there's a shot of us at Penrith. We don't have such luxuries. Moving over behind the boxes for the 5th event. Most of the crowd still punting as they made their way from the undercover betting ring into the grandstand. Tate favourite for race 5 is number 5, Serene Lee, at 7-2 in front of 4-1 for number 4, Kendy's Caper, 13-4 for number 1, Footrot Fortune. And they're behind the boxes and about to move forward. Footrot Fortune moves up with Crystal Blue and also Serene Lee. Captain's Flat, Mahatilla, Copper Sunset, Kendy's Caper, Akawa Magic. Now, Captain's Flat moves in. Copper Sunset comes forward. And the last of the greyhounds placed away. All set. Footrot Fortune moves in. Crystal Blue. And they're ready for a start in the 5th. They're racing. Footrot Fortune began only fairly. Crystal Blue and Kendy's Caper won the start. Here's Serene Lee carving across from the outside. At the first turn, Kendy's Caper and Serene Lee go together. 2 lengths third was Copper Sunset closing, followed by Crystal Blue and also Captain's Flat for Mahatilla, Akawa Magic, and 3 last was Footrot Fortune. At the top turn, it's Kendy's Caper a length in front of Copper Sunset, third Serene Lee, followed by Crystal Blue and also Mahatilla. They straighten Kendy's Caper in front, Copper Sunset the outside, Copper Sunset, Kendy's Caper hit it. Kendy's Caper the inside or Copper Sunset. Third was Crystal Blue, followed by Mahatilla, Serene Lee from Captain's Flat, Akawa Magic, and one of the last ones in was Footrot Fortune.
Astral Spirit has 400 metres to go at the Valley. Here's Brian.
So the third quarter in 28.9 once again. So she certainly run along, but not the time that Whitby's Miss Penny has recorded in winning her time trial. Inside the 200 now, the galloping prompter, It's Elliott, of course, cannot pass Astral Spirit. She's asked to produce a little bit more by Gavin Lang. Her best time trial to date, 1:56.9. Her sectionals in 28.9, 29, 28.9. With 20 metres to travel, time clicks over to 1:58.3. 1:58.3. Recorded by Astral Spirit, unofficially time trialling second Magic Mile time trial at Moonee Valley in 1:58.3 by the 6-year-old mare Astral Spirit. Of course.
And there's Rod Fuller.
Hello.
How are you going?
Hilton, and that's Ken Haynes, one of our leading trainers in the background. He's backed the last winner, which is terrific.
Sitting down on the job again, I noticed.
4-8-3 are the placings, 4-8 and 3, and no bushfires here at Penrith. 4-8 and 3. Half ahead by a length, the time 31.11.
Thanks, Rod. Rod Fuller there at Penrith. And he'll be witnessed a little bit later on with Sydney's Nightlife. All right,
the 2 favourites, they're set racing. King Meadow showing great speed, so too Expressionist. I'll get across Cheer Happy early. And also Mr. Director going hard out wide on the track. Expressionist leads King Meadow, 3 deep Mr. Director. Kimbray drops in behind them, so Cheer Happy will be 3 back the rails. Timely Treasure on the outside, easing looking on. Trapped a bit wide Melvin Skipper, further back in the field then to Masada. Well back Barunga Princess, and Greek Street has gone back to the tail early. They've gone very hard though. Expressionist won the early battle. Melvin Skipper still out 3 wide and goes on with it and now joins the leader. Kimbray's ended up behind them. 1 out and 1 back now, King Meadow. Then Timely Treasure on the inside of Mr. Director. 4 metres further back in the field then to Looking On. Here goes Greek Street 3 wide and Cheer Happy's in a very awkward position. 4 back the inside. They are followed then by Barunga Princess, and around it was Masada. Well, Greek Street's getting around them very quickly as they've steadied right up mid-race, and he's going to burn up to them. 29.5 was the first quarter, and Greek Street will make sure this one will be a fairly quick quarter too, as he he goes around the field and goes to the lead. Well, he goes from last and got to the lead pretty easily, Greek Street, and he led 5 or 6 metres to Melbourne Skipper Expressionist. Kimbray can get into the clear at this point because King Meadows dropped back on the outside. Timely Treasure will get off the rails. Cheer Happy tries to follow Timely Treasure. Then further back in the field, Mr. Director looking on well out of it. The second quarter was 30.5. Then Barunga Princess and last Marsada. They're going to run time again tonight with Greek Street in front, leading by about 10 metres. Expressionist second. Kimbray's into the clear. Melbourne Skipper drops off. Cheer Happy gets up along the inside. It'll get into the clear shortly. Then Timely Treasure. Mr. Director follows Cheer Happy home. And then further back in the field, Barunga Princess getting inside, runs, missed and looking on out wide. Halfway round the turn, Greek Street, 29.6 the third quarter. Expressionist sticking with it. Kimbray running third. Cheer Happy runs on into the straight. Greek Street is the leader. Expressionist trying hard. Then Kimbray and Cheer Happy. Still Greek Street in front. The mare Expressionist trying hard to get him, but he'll be too good again, Greek Street. And Greek Street beats Expressionist. Sneaking up along the inside, Mr. Director grabbed third from Kimbray on the line. Couldn't go on at the finish, Cheer Happy. Then Barunga Princess, King Meadow, Marsada. Further back in the field then to Looking On, Timely Treasure, and Melbourne Skipper last in.
Greek Street has blown them away again at Globe Derby. He just goes around at good odds all the time, and he has put in an enormous run there. 12, 2 and 5. Expressionist second, Mr. Director third. Now Albion Park.
Racing Tickety Boo, the Queenslander, flew out, led settling down from Royal Creation and Pretty Crackers on the inside. A length behind them to Patroon, followed then by Summer Bay. Over on the rails was Frisky Seeker, and the last two are Emma Sue and Seattle Doll. Tickety Boo drew clear, leads 4 lengths to Patroon down the back. On the outside, going to third was Pretty Crackers. Along the rails, Frisky Seeker, then came Summer Bay. On the home corner, Tickety Boo on the bunny has kicked right away, leads 6 lengths to Patroon and then Frisky Seeker. Tickety Boo too good. Tickety Boo goes on to win nicely. Close for the minors, Patroon or Frisky Seeker, maybe Patroon. Then came Summer Bay. A break in the field of Pretty Crackers, followed by Emma Sue. Seattle Doll and Royal Creation was last.
4
meters. They're set for a start. Jean Feller back a little. Green lights on, racing. Moonfellow out wide, shows early speed with Timothy Loudon. So too does Con Eden from 1. Meadowlands Mick will settle down about 6th early on the outside of Captivation. Classy Fella deep for a stride on the top turn. Then Just Vindicate, Bombshell, and Jean Feller is last. Timothy Loudon clears the field around the turn by 8 metres to Moonfellow, who drops in behind the leader. 4 metres away third, the rail is Con Eden, now kicking up and keeping Moonfellow one off the fence. Off the track early is Meadowlands Mick going forward. Then Captivation. Back on the rail is Just Vindicate. Classy Fellow with some cover, 3 wide on the back of Meadowlands Mick. Second last is Bombshell, and last on the rail is Jean Fellow. Travelling down the straight towards the 2-circuit mark at the 1800, and in front is Timothy Loudon by 3 metres. Off the track now is Classy Fellow, 3 wide going forward. So Meadowlands Mick now has the cover, 1 out at the expense of Classy Fellow, who draws up into second placing. Out of the straight they race towards the 1650. Con Eden the rail settles down third. 5 metres away, Just Vindicate, travelling 3 back on the inside of Moonfellow. Then Captivation racing outside, second last Jean Fellow, and 1 off the fence, Bombshell is last. Lead time 59 down the back of the lap and a half, and sitting up in front now is Timothy Loudon by 1.5 metres to Classy Fellow. On its back is the favourite Meadowlands Mick. Con Eden the rail third. 4 metres away, Moonfellow, working up to be 3 back on the outside of Just Vindicate. 4 metres away, Captivation third last, and 4 back on the outside of Jean Fellow. And Bombshell is still back at the tail. Approaching the turn towards the 1100 metres they race. The first quarter in 32.5. Timothy Loudon in control. Inclined to pull by 2.5 metres to Classy Fellow. Meadowlands Mick having a nice run on the outside of Con Eden the rail. Then Moonfellow. Just Vindicate held up on the rail. Third last Jean Fellow, ahead away Captivation. And still last is Bombshell, 1 off the rail. In the straight they race towards the 900. And out of the straight they race the final time. Now it's Timothy Loudon still in front. He's been there from the outset by almost 3 metres. 2 on the outside, Classy Fellow. From the rear now, Captivation pulls out 3 wide, trailed up in turn by Bombshell. Second quarter in 32.4. Con Eden needs a run. Meadowlands Mick now pulls out 3 wide. In the centre, Moonfellow, 3 wide, Captivation, the rail, and held up third last, Just Vindicate, followed by Bombshell and Jean Fellow. Timothy Loudon goes to the 450, still 4 metres in front of on the outside, Classy Fellow. Meadowlands Mick gets to third out, 3 wide. No run for Con Eden, held up in the centre, Moonfella. Captivation under pressure. Bombshell pulls out very wide from Just Vindicate and Jun Fella. Third quarter, 29.2, 200 metres out on the turn. Timothy Loudon under pressure in front by a metre. Classy Fellow, Meadowlands Mega still bridging the gap. Con Eden needs a run. Just Vindicate comes off the rail at the 150. Timothy Loudon in front. Classy Fellow under pressure with Meadowlands Mega now. Bombshell may blast them all out down the outside. Bombshell ranged up to tackle Timothy Loudon. Just Vindicate getting out, making ground, but Bombshell grabbed the lead, and Bombshell has won by a metre to Just Vindicate. Third a photo, Timothy Loudon and Jun Fella out wide. Close up Meadowlands Mick and Classy Fella. They knocked up, followed by Con Eden Captivation, and Moon Fella has run last.
Set Penrith, here's Rod.
Ready for a start. 6 to Vin. Favourite, the red False Tails, 10 to 9 on. They're racing. False Tails began pretty well with Wealthy Ways and also Black Gamine, Young Bradley. Behind those came Wanneroo Babe, followed by Our Lammingham. False Tails dropped back to almost second last, followed by Fastest Dill around it with Wanneroo Babe and Foot right front. Down the back straight, shooting clear was Black Gamine. It's out by 3. On second, Young Bradley. A length away, third was Our Lammingham checked. Followed the outside by Wealthy Ways. False Tail on the fence. 2 further back, Fastest Dill, Wanneroo Babe and Foot right front. Around the home turn, Black Gamine's in front. Young Bradley on the outside with False Tails. False Tails moves up on the fence, takes the front. False Tails for the money. False Tails first, Wanneroo Babe second. Third was Black Gamine, followed next by Young Bradley. Behind those, Wealthy Ways, Fastest Dell, Foot right front, who was one of the last ones in.
176, race 6, Penrith, an exciting finish there. False Tails railing home too well, and Christine Coleman training that greyhound to a victory.
Favourites in box 2, Ardrossan. Ready, racing, coming out fast, Cruise Bale. Ardrossan left the boxes running. Ardrossan dashed to the lead, settling down from Blue Replica. Moving into third position, National Worth, followed by Rhiannon. The outside, Cruise Bale, Majure's first. Owens is last of all. Ardrossan kicked away down the back from Blue Replica and National Worth. 5 lengths to Cruise Bale. Behind those, Rhiannon, Majure's first and Owens on the corner. Ardrossan nicely out in front, giving chase, National Worth. Ardrossan turned in front. National Worth is pegging it back, but Ardrossan's far too good. Ardrossan wins a little over length to National Worth. 6 away, third, Blue Red.
287, thanks Pete. Let's go to Albion Park. Here's Terry.
Here is Stephen Alley takes the lead. 37.2, the first split of the race, and Stephen Alley crossed onto the fence and led by 2 lengths to Great Balls of Fire. A length and a half to Vance Rain, third without cover. DiMaggio a neck away fourth, and here's Chief Bandon out 3 deep, beginning to rush around the outside. Webby's Challenge in the running lane on the outside of Rambling Alto, followed by Herbie Belmont. Then Bourbon Twist, Just Cash, and Butte Brute's 150 metres away after he got into trouble. A new leader, Chief Bandon, takes over down the stretch at the 1100. Chief Bandon crossed onto the rail, first split of the mile, 32.8. Chief Bandon leads by a length. Vance Rain still without cover, moves up to the wheel of the leader. Stephen Alley third, Webby's Challenge fourth. 1 out, 1 back, a length to Great Balls of Fire, now buried on the fence on the inside of DiMaggio, followed by Rambling Alto, Herbie Belmont, Bourbon Twist, Just Cash, and that long break to Butte Brute as they head past the 800 metres. Chief Bandon leads by a length to Vance Rain. 1 to Stephen Alley, locked away on the rail. Webby's Challenge sweet seating. Great Balls of Fire midfield, awkwardly placed on the inside of DiMaggio. Then Rambling Alto, Herbie Belmont, Bourbon Twist, Just Cash, and Forget Butte Brute. 30.9 the second split. Chief Bandon in front at the 500 metres mark. He leads by a length over Vance Rain. Stephen Alley third, locked up on the fence. Webby's Challenge fourth, being urged along now. Great Balls of Fire with nowhere to go, and then DiMaggio, Rambling Alto, and Herbie Belmont. Vance Rain took the lead from Chief Bandon. 250 metres out. Vance Rain drew 3/4 in front of Chief Bandon, who's under the bat. Then Stephen Alley, Webby's Challenge to the outside, and DiMaggio. Vance Rain in front at the 120. DiMaggio running on. Webby's Challenge out of gas. Vance Rain leads. DiMaggio's whizzing at the end, but the post will be too close, and Vance Rain wins. Vance Rain beat DiMaggio. Webby's Challenge third. Then Stephen Alley, Bourbon Twist, Great Balls of Fire, followed by Rambling Alto, Herbie Belmont, Just Cash, Chief Bandon, and Butte Brute, after getting into trouble in the back straight the first time, is a long last of all.
513 Albion Park, race number 4. Now another time trial is due.
It's Elliott in front. Graham Lang, the driver. Galloping prompter is Smooth Flyer, with Gavin Lang driving. And the quarter in 28.8 it appears to be for It's Elliott. 28.8 the quarter. As he comes down now with 1,000 metres to go, It's Elliott. Time trialling to beat 1:59.7. That's his best time. The best time for a gelding, as is It's Elliott, is 1:55.4, held by Diama. So It's Elliott, this 6-year-old gelding, goes out of the straight. Second quarter in 29.7, so he's at 28.8. The half in 29.7. And his sectionals have been okay, so at this stage he's around about a 1:59.5 bat at the moment, pending on how he goes for this, the third quarter. It's Elliott with Graham Lang driving. The Galloping Prompter Smooth Flyer comes off the rail. Gavin Lang driving it within 2 metres of It's Elliott at the 400 metres. He approaches the turn now, and his third quarter in 27.8. 27.8, so that's the fastest sectional recorded by him to date, It's Elliott. As he comes around the turn with 200 metres to go, It's Elliott. The Galloping Prompter is Smooth Flyer, some 4 metres away, nearly contacting the wheel of It's Elliott for a stride. He comes down the final 100 metres now, top 1:53, clicking over the top now for It's Elliott. And he goes around in 1:56.4. So that's been an outstanding effort indeed by It's Elliott for the last half. He's really flown along. And the unofficial time is 1:56.4, so he's gone at 28.8, 29.7. He's then sizzled along to a 27.8, and the unofficial time 1:56.4.
Now, thanks, Brian. 150 South Wales, Made Short South Australia, Fire Cape from New South Wales, Pace Galore Victoria, Laddie's a Star Western Australia, Top Tracy from Tasmania, Tally from New South Wales. We've got you spotted, Rod Fuller.
Yeah, it's bloody terrible, isn't it? You can't do anything here anymore. I suppose I'll do a strip after race 8.
We just want to know whether you're wearing anything from your waist down.
No, I'm not.
Okay. That's Rod Fuller, and there's the Sky Channel satellite alongside. All right, they're moving up well at Globe Derby. Here's Pete.
I didn't go very far. Going better this time. We're set racing over the 1,800 metres, and away quickly is another Preneur. Trying to kick up Star of Amber on the inside. Satan Commands will be wide into the first turn. Regal Melvin away brilliantly from the second row, is going to land 1-1. Down on the inside, Mostus Macho, then further back in the field, grabbing a trail Synonym. Satan Commands still working. They're followed then by Smart Preneur on the inside. 6 or 8 metres then to Gross Glockner. Mike Light settles well back on the inside there. $50 bill. There's a bit of a jam up up front, I should say, as Satan Commands now works to the lead. Back to the tail goes Wheeler Jim. Satan Commands worked pretty hard in that first 500, but it's now on top and leading 4 or 5 metres. Star of Amber will have the trail second. Mostus Macho into third placing is nice and handy. It can come off the rails now, but wishes. They will stay on as I speak as another Preneur goes forward. Michaelite's whipping around the field quickly after they steady. Then Smart Preneur on the inside of Regal Melvin. Further back with the first quarter in 31.2, we had $50 bill. Synonyms back to second and third last from Gross Glockner. Wheeler Jim at the tail. Into the straight to get the siren. Satan Commands the leader, 2 metres in front of Michaelite. So both these favourites have had to do some work in the run. Star of Amber behind them. Another Preneurs worked early in the run, but it's now got a trail. Mostus Macho's had a nice rails run. Then Regal Melvin inclined to hang a little, I think, Regal Melvin. Smart Preneur next on the rails. Then Synonym. $50 bill held up. Gross Glockner second last. Wheeler Jim at the tail. Second quarter 31.5 as they go into the back at the 600. Satan Commands going pretty well. 2 metres clear. Michaelite will grind away all night on the outside. They're 6 or 8 metres now in front of Star of Amber and another Preneur. Mostus Macho was held up from Smart Preneur and then pulling out wider on the track now. Regal Melvin well out of it, then Synonym. $50 bill Gross Glockner and Wheeler Jim last. Satan Commands goes for home halfway around the turn at the 300. Kicked away now, got 6 metres on Michaelite. 5 or 6 metres another Preneur, then Star of Amber. They're followed out wider by Regal Melvin. Synonym runs on later. Mostus Macho can't get out, but into the straight. Satan Commands nicely clear. Michaelite tries hard. Then another Preneur, Regal Melvin, Star of Amber. Wheeler Jim sneaking through late from Synonym, but Satan Commands wins clearly. Second Michaelite, third Regal Melvin, fourth Wheeler Jim. That'll be the pick 4 in advance of Synonym. Another Preneur is there from Star of Amber, and then aligned together Mostus Macho, Smart Preneur, $50 bill and Gross Glockner.
4:12.11.
They're racing. Star Cash began well with Power Time on the outside and moving up. Hidden Harry. Hidden Harry and Power Time go together. 2 lengths away. Third was Star Cash, followed next by Under Suspicion out wide. Driving through in the middle was Cultured Fox, followed by Red Star Raider, Maria's Rival, and last of all was My Larissa. Down the back straight, Power Time in front, out by 2. They jam behind. Hidden Harry gets home well for second. 2.5 third Under Suspicion, followed by Maria's Rival, Red Star Raider, Cultured Fox, My Larissa, and Star Cash in the straight. Power Time in front. Hidden Harry back to the fence, but Power Time holding Hidden Harry. Power Time first, Hidden Harry second, and third My Larissa, followed by Maria's Rival from Red Star Raider, Cultured Fox. Next to last was Star Cash, and back last of all was Under Suspicion.
Thanks, Rod. 4, 8 and 5. 4, 8, 5. The placings.
2 shot away.